Hey, thanks for stopping by. I'm Joe Cortez, joined by James Burns of FrontRowPreps.com. Time now for our small school rankings, presented by Valley Orthopaedic, the bone and joint specialist. Burns, let's dive in. Number 10, Big Valley Christian.
Big concerns over there at the corner of Tully and Pellandale. Injury concerns. They lost a lineman last week, Anthony McDonald, and they're hoping to get a couple guys back this week, but you have 17, 18 guys. That can
It's
be
tough.
to handle.
Yeah, calamity just around the corner when you have a roster that small. Also dropping, Houston from 8 to 9 this week.
Huskies won last week, but it was an
Right.
unimpressive win over Somerville. 12-9, 1 week after Ripon Christian had beat Somerville 30-3 up there. We were looking for the Huskies to do more, and that coupled with our team at the number 8 spot and their victory last week, we just felt like
They needed to flip.
they needed
That team being Waterford. They debuted a week prior at number 10 and popped up 2 spots with the impressive win over Big Valley Christian.
Yeah, I was actually really impressed with Waterford in that game. I thought they had a lot of skill players, a lot of athleticism, more athleticism than they've had in years past. And the defense really made life hard for Javen Drobnik, the running back from Big Valley Christian. And it all culminated in a 35-21 win and a 3-0 start for the Wildcats.
Lonnie Statzer, the leader of the pack, vroom vroom, doing a great job over there.
Yeah.
Number 7, Denair.
Yeah, Denair comes off a big win over Stone Ridge Christian. Dylan De Silva in that game goes to his second straight game with over 175 yards rushing. Had 5 rushing touchdowns. That game was tied 20-20 at the half, and they really just put their foot on the throttle and pulled away in the second half.
Anthony Armas doing a great job over there.
Fantastic job.
At Denair. Number 6, Oristimba, one of our favorite guys, Aaron Souza. He's
Been quiet this
been
week.
quiet so far.
Been quiet this
Yeah,
week.
we usually hear more from Aaron.
With Southern League play beginning this Friday, they open up at Mariposa, and I can tell you, Aaron Souza usually calls me 3-4 times a week. I haven't heard from him once yet this week, so this is a big game. They're coming off the loss to Golden Sierra. They had a bye week last week, so they've had 2 weeks to prepare for the Grizzlies. I think they're going to look like a champion on Friday.
Number 5, Ripon Christian, another Southern League team. Team that'll be battling Oristimba for that Southern League title.
Yeah, we're looking forward to their matchup on September 28th. I think it's going to be a good one. I think it's going to ultimately decide the Southern League title. They're coming off a bye as well, so they've had 2 weeks to prepare for this game. They draw Waterford, which obviously is an exciting matchup because of what the Wildcats did last week against Big Valley Christian, because they had Michael Vivo. It'll be a great test for the Knights' defense to see if they can slow down that high-powered offense over at Waterford.
Okay, here we go. The Trans Valley League playground, the top 4 spots. Number 4, Modesto Christian.
Modesto Christian opens at Riverbank. It's not, it's not a sexy matchup to start TVL play. Riverbank has had its struggles, prolonged struggles, but the Crusaders maybe earned this week the way they played through the first 4 weeks of the season. They're 4-0 and looking like a TVL title contender.
Another team with a small roster. Calamity just
around the
tweaked
corner.
ankle away.
Yeah.
Number 3, Ripon.
This is going to be part of our game of the week this week.
I was going to save that, but okay, thank you.
Ripon welcomes number 1 Hillmar into Stouffer Field, and it should be exciting. Hillmar has the number 1 ranking. They have all this experience coming back. They won a section championship last year, but Ripon has won 3 of the last 4. So some could say that Ripon has Hillmar's number.
Is Ripon rated higher in the Max Preps ranking than Hillmar?
That's your area of expertise.
I think they might be. Number 2, Escalon. And we've heard a lot of good things about this team so far this year.
Yeah, I mean, Andrew Beam in his first year has done nothing but win ball games there. What I like to see in last week's victory was the return of Caden Christensen to the box score. He was one of our top returning players. He was the guy that we thought was going to have a real breakout season after battling some injuries. And he rushed for over 100 yards, had 2 touchdowns in their big win last week. They are on a bye this Friday, so they will get to. They'll probably be on the sidelines.
I'm sure they'll be on the sidelines,
stands watching.
In Ripon.
Yeah.
And then the number 1 team in this. Oh, that's right. You already spilled the beans.
Yeah.
Blew the big climax there. Number 1, Hillmar. They've been there for several weeks now.
Yeah, the Yellow Jackets are coming off a victory over Sonora.
Hard-fought victory. Kind of surprising to us.
It was surprising. The way that Sonora has played, we thought that was just kind of lining up as another blowout for the Yellow Jackets. But credit Sonora for probably playing their best game of the season.
Mm-hmm.
They were able to force some turnovers and make that game interesting. And I've had a few coaches tell me that that game really came down to maybe a handful of plays. And so, kind of leaves things in doubt for this Friday. Now Hillmar looks like
They look
Mortal.
They look mortal. Yeah. Anyway, that's it for our small school rankings. Be sure to stop by frontrowpreps.com to check out our stories and video and interviews and all that other stuff. And for James Burns, I'm Joe Cortez. We'll see you next time.